if you look at the past 40 years, society has changed, and there's been more stress.
Oh, yeah.
And stress and sleep are like this, and so as you have more stress, you have more problems sleeping. And so the incidence of insomnia rose, and that became a big area of treatment, because it was, do you have sleep onset insomnia, sleep maintenance insomnia? And so there was much more attention paid to the sort of the neural mechanisms associated with the institution and maintenance of sleep. And that research was very, very helpful, because as it turns out, there's a fundamental issue that was researched that is still generally not well understood. And that is the most important stage of sleep, which is deep sleep. It's called delta sleep or slow wave sleep, because the brain waves during deep sleep are very slow. And they're categorized as delta waves, which is, essentially from 0.5 to 3.5 cycles per second. All right.
Okay.
Then what has been learned is that over your lifetime, you lose delta sleep. And this is the most important stage of sleep. So when you start out in infancy, you've got, most of your night.
Hold on. I want to just stop you there. So you're saying that everybody, it doesn't matter who you are, you're going to lose that delta sleep?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You need it to grow, all right, because growth hormone, 70 to 80% of growth hormone is secreted during delta sleep. Okay. And there's other factors as well in terms of cell repair, cell rejuvenation, all these kinds of things, your immune system, endocrine system. Sleep affects every aspect of the body pretty much. And so when you look at delta sleep, there's a diminution, from infancy, and, but you still, in adolescence and, up till about mid-20s, you still have a nice amount. But starting in your mid-20s, it starts to decline. And by the time you reach 80, it's dramatically lower. It's almost like a ticking time bomb to death.
Okay, all right. Now, hold on a second. We're looking for some optimism here. We don't want ticking time bomb to death. We want to know how we can avoid that ticking time bomb to death.
Well, there really hasn't been much in the way of technology to do that. It's essentially, you want to practice good sleep hygiene. Okay, you want to go to bed the same time every night. You want to stay in bed long enough, although most of delta sleep happens in the first half of the night. But you also want to maintain an active lifestyle. Exercise is very vital to having good delta sleep, simply because delta sleep helps restore, cells.
Yeah. So if delta sleep is restorative, then we want more of that delta. We want more restorative sleep. And you're saying right now, there's really nothing out there that's a therapy for that. But there are a lot of things that are out there that are telling us we're not getting it as much as we should. Yep. So I know that you are working on a product that is a therapy. However, the general populace knows only of tracking and of how bad did I do last night, or did I manage to get a halfway decent sleep last night? So with that information, is there anything that we could do right away?
Well, again, good sleep habits, good sleep hygiene. That's probably the most important thing that can be done right away. And also remember that not everybody's the same. Okay, on average, sleep declines very substantially, and most people will have a significant decline over their lifespan, but to a variable degree.